All right, welcome back to Margaritas in Paradise. I'm on this trip up to Camping Pet. I've been thinking about some things, and I've talked to different people about this all the time, but what does a 60-year-old man have in common with a 20-year-old girl? You know what the answer is, right? It is zero. Zero. You have nothing in common with a 20-year-old girl. I'm talking about Thailand in general. There's other countries where an age gap doesn't matter so much. And in Thailand, maybe at one time, the age gap didn't matter as much. But now it's getting smaller and smaller every day. It's common to see 50-year-old men, 20-year-old girls. There's no doubt about it. But for some reason, once you hit that magic number of 60, no man likes to be labeled at. And I don't know how many of them, especially guys that I know, that deny themselves being 60. So if somebody asks them how old they are, they say 54 or they say 56, but they're 60. And they may even be plus that. It'll go a step further. I mean, guys start dyeing their hair and trying to make themselves appear younger than they actually are. And some guys are really good at it. In Thailand, what does a 20-year-old girl want with a 60-year-old man? You know what it is. It's money. Money, number one. That's what it comes down to. Do you think a 20-year-old girl, if she had a choice between a 20-year-old Thai boyfriend or let's just say a 40-year-old Falong boyfriend, who is she going to pick? 90% of the time, it's going to be the Thai boyfriend. And if you think that you're something special, that you have a girl that's different, well, maybe you're different. Because I'm telling you what, it's the same thing as the girls that work bar and patio. Most girls that are 25 and under all have a Thai boyfriend. They'll tell you one thing in the bar. Oh no, they don't have a boyfriend. They don't like Thai men. That's just not true. They all like their Thai boyfriends. And many of them go as far as every night these Thai guys show up or they have to go meet their Thai boyfriend maybe at 10 or 11 o'clock at night at a 7-Eleven or something like that. They end up giving all the money that they've made up until that point that night to their Thai boyfriends. So their boyfriends can go out and have a good time. And that is a fact. That happens every day. When I owned a bar, that happened all the time. If a girl tells you she doesn't like a Thai man, there's a major red flag there. The reason why is at some point or another, she's going to introduce you to a brother or a good friend or something or another that happens to be a Thai guy. And there's nothing wrong with Thai men. But if somebody tells you, hey, this is my brother, I need to help my brother or whatever, that type of thing, I would suspect that it's more than a brother. It's a boyfriend or even a husband. A husband, more than likely in Thailand, a 20-year-old doesn't actually get married, registered married. They will consider themselves married in a village-style wedding. When they break up or do something like that, they each just go their own ways, depending on what household they're in. Is there any chance for guys like me? Well, yeah, there's plenty of chances out there, but you're going to have to figure out what you want. If you're looking for a 20-year-old girl, well, what do you really have in common with her? More than likely, she can't speak your language. When you talk to her about something, she's going to have no idea what you're talking about, unless you know the newest Thai music or the things that you want to do. She could care less about that. So if you haven't done so already, make sure that you give Margaritas in Paradise a big thumbs up and you're hitting that subscribe button and hit that bell right next to it for future notifications. Does an age gap really matter? Well, I'll tell you what. At one time, I didn't think it did. You're going to have to think about what you're going to have in common. You have to think about yourself, number one. You take a 20-year-old girl, and she has no idea what she's doing in life. She has zero experience. More than likely, doesn't want to probably do the same things that you do unless you're spending money on her. If you do have a 20-year-old girl, you're the sugar daddy in that relationship. And you're going to be taking care of her and her family, making her look like she's something really, really special. And maybe she is to you. She could be your trophy wife, okay? And I understand that. If that's what you want, that is fine. But if you want somebody more compatible with you, you're going to pick somebody in their, let's say, their 30s. And by the time a lady gets to their 30s, and there's lots and lots of single ladies out there, didn't get married for whatever reason, don't have children and things like that. Now, I'm not trying to isolate anybody and say anything's wrong with children. There are plenty of people out there, they've already had their children. They're not interested in supporting a big family or anything like that. And I understand that. You have to do what's right for you. And remember where you're at. I always felt like when I'm out looking for somebody compatible with me, I want to share my life with somebody. I don't want to change my life. And I don't know if that will work for you or not. More times than not, when you find somebody, they're going to want to change you to a certain extent. If you enjoy going out drinking with the guys and that type of stuff, and they are a family-orientated type person, more than likely, they're not going to put up with somebody that's going out drinking all the time. So you have to look at those things. You have to look forward a little bit into your life, see what is compatible with the way you want to live in the future. That makes sense? When we're talking about an age gap, I always say that somewhere between 30, 35 years, maybe late 40s, there's so many beautiful women out there that fall into that gap. It's a wonderful way to have a relationship with somebody that's there, that wants to take care of you, somebody that gives you a massage every night or scratches your back or cooks dinner for you, cleans and keeps the household nice and neat, things like that. Do those things matter to you? Somebody that enjoys going out and having dinner and is willing to try Falang food, okay? Western style food. Of course, you have to do your part too. You need to be wanting to eat Thai food, and it's a 50-50 compromise. You want to have somebody that wants to go out with you at night. If you want to go out like me 2 or 3 nights a week, it's great to have somebody to go with. If you take off on a trip like I'm on right now, it's great to have somebody to travel with. So those are things to kind of think about. And you want somebody that has their own friends. It's one thing for your companion to like your friends, and that's a must. But they have to understand there's a certain amount of time that you're going to want to spend with your friends. And you have to understand there's a certain amount of time that they're going to want to spend with their friends. Girls want to go out, eat together, and have these small parties that may last all day long, or them sitting around snacking all day. That's what they do. They get together and they cook together, and you want them to be able to do that. You want them to, if let's say they work, maybe they work at a convenience store or something else. You want them to continue to have a life, right? Yeah, you definitely do. You want them to continue their hobbies. If they like to go play golf, and every Wednesday the girls get free green fees at a golf course, and she's used to going out with her girls golfing. You want her to go golfing, all right? You want her to stay active and be happy in her lifestyle. Let's say we're going to increase this gap. Let's say an 80-year-old man with a 20-year-old girl. Is that doable? In Thailand, I know 2 people. They fall into this category. One guy beyond the sex period in his life, so I know there's no sex involved, but he has an 18-year-old girlfriend right now, and of course he calls it true love. And she's constantly on her phone, and she doesn't hardly talk or anything, and he just you know, he's having the time of his life. I'm hoping he can live a long time. Okay, but it sounds like if he doesn't make it, this girl is getting everything. So it's to her benefit, make him happy. I also have another friend of mine. He's 81 years old. He has a 21-year-old girlfriend. They seem to be pretty happy as well. So is it doable? There is a chance that things can happen. Come on, guys. 60 years different. Are you going to be compatible in any way? Is there something that you're going to find you both enjoy doing together? I don't know. One of the things, I do have another friend of mine that's in the Philippines right now, and I know he has a Filipino girl that's I think 18 or 19 years old. And I know the Philippines look at things differently. They're a very poor country. I think it's a way out, basically, to find anybody of any age that they can fall in love with and have a better life. Is there any other countries that an age gap of 60 years is okay? If you can think of any, please put them in the comments below.